Loud. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching us today. Today, we're going to go over some content marketing strategies. We get these questions a lot, like, what do I say? What do I put? What do I send people? How do I stay in touch with people? What kind of things should I be posting and talking about to keep people interested in watching me and connecting with me? So we're going to give you some ideas of that today. But of course, like I always say, you can reach out to Debbie or myself, and we're happy to set up a time and go over some ideas. The great thing is brainstorming on different ideas, because there's like almost unlimited anything real estate related, but we wanted to give you some just general things to talk about today. So I will share my screen here, share, and I will play there. There we are. All right. So I will let you take it from here, Deb. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the things is you need to sit down and think about this. So this is not something that talking about doing on the fly. So getting yourself organized, think of 50 or 75 different relevant topics that you want to talk about. And here's some suggestions. Go to ChatGPT. I've been playing around with this a little bit, putting different things in there to see how they come up with verbiage and stuff like that. And there's a lot of ideas in there. You guys don't take it verbatim off of there, make it your own, but you can find a lot of different ideas, and I'll get into that in a minute. Also, do something about frequently asked questions. So what would be a buyer's questions that they're always going to ask? Or what do you think the question would be that the sellers are always going to ask? Guess what? If you put that into ChatGPT, they're going to tell you what the questions are, because they're going to go off of public data and what are the most popular questions that people are asking. So you new agents out there who are trying to figure out content to put out on your social, or even talk to people in general about, use this, because it's going to give you more ideas. Also, you new agents, go to your Moxie Present, go to your buyer's guide that's in there and learn what it says, because that's the other thing. Those are all things that you can talk to a buyer about when you're speaking to them, that you also have written, so you can send it to them as well. In your Engage, you have the emails that are already created, your campaign's already there. Use your resources, you guys. It's totally free, so use it. Okay, and then concerns in your local market. So you can find that in several different places. We're going to get into another avenue that we've talked a little bit about in a minute, of local market data, and where you can find some really beefed up market trends and stuff. And I'll tell you about that in a second.
I just realized they're rubber ducks.
They are.
I was like, the sky view of rubber ducks. When I was glancing, I was like, what is that?
They're rubber ducks.
At first I thought they were like candies or something. All right. Next.
Seeing if you're paying attention, and you were.
I was paying attention. Right.
How funny. This is one of the things that I was talking about. Now look at this. This is super awesome. You know where I got it? RPR. RPR is with your MLS. So our multiple listing service has a free version of RPR for any of our agents to use. And they now have a cool market trends section where you can find data on anything. And this is just one of the slides.
Can I plug RPR for a minute?
Yes.
So, yeah, so you saw, not a lot of agents saw that we're going to get these calls when they get rid of Realist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they have a date when they were doing that?
No, not yet.
An email for that. So RPR is replacing Realist, and so agents are going, oh my God, where do I go? So I won't go into detail. I could do a whole video on RPR, but I just want to let you know RPR is not new. It's something that's been around, that the National Association of Realtors have been working on for all realtors across the country for years and years and years, and getting better and better and better at it with data. But our MLS, sorry, I'm going to do a little disclosure. My opinion and what, being involved with MLS and boards in the area over the last several years and more, is that our boards, local boards and MLS, didn't promote it, because they had realist. So
Right.
it's just a, I don't know, I'll say political thing. So agents were around our area are not familiar with RPR because our MLS didn't promote it and didn't integrate it because we had realist. So just want to let you know, because I know some agents go, what's this new thing? It's not a new thing. It's just a new thing that we really should be using, because something that the National Association of Realtors is giving and promoting and working on. So
Yeah.
that's all. Go ahead, Deb. Sorry.
Even Brian Buffini promotes RPR. So what does that tell you? It's everywhere. So it's not just in Ohio. Okay. But you can get a really nice market report. You can do a buyer's market report. You can do a seller's market report. There is so much data on there, you guys, and it's free. Use it. It's totally free. And if you go to the next slide, I'm going to show you another thing that RPR now does. They have ChatGPT in there. And all I asked for was a market update for Mentor. And look what it printed out for me. It has my name in there. It says where I work. It gives the most latest trends. You can post this on your social just the way that it is if you want. It's got hashtags in there. It's a no-brainer. Use your resources. Maybe you don't like the little dudes on there. I happen to like the little icons. I think they're cute because I like things. I think I want things. I don't want just someone to read something. I want them to look at the little icons and say, oh, there's a money one. What is she talking about money?
Yeah.
Different stuff like that.
Yeah, just a marketing thing is that the reason why people use these is that it breaks it up. It's easier for the eyes to go to, and it draws your attention. If this was all text, it would just be like white noise.
Yeah.
These do help. That's emojis or whatever you want to call them or whatnot. It does help, and you should use them like bullet points
Yes.
that are there. Do you want me to go next slide?
Yes.
Okay.
So now let's get into how are you going to do it. So after you get your little thoughts together on what you're going to use and everything, organize yourself. Do your research, use your RPR, use your MLS, use your ChatGPT, get it all together, make an outline. If anybody of you remember English class way back in the day, they teach us how to do outlines and stuff like that. Maybe you weren't paying attention. So here you go. You got to have a beginning. So you're going to introduce your topic. You need to have a middle of how to or an explanation of what we're doing, and an end, a call to action. Your call to action to your end of any of your posts is going to be contact me today for all your real estate needs, is a simple call to action, right? But you can put anything in there for your call to action. Maybe you're doing a giveaway. So your call to action is sign up today for your free tickets to the Geauga County Fair, things like that. Fill in the gaps by telling compelling stories, but keep them simple as well. Compelling stories are things that you really want to utilize because it makes it not just throwing knowledge out there and stuff. It's giving it the personal feel, similar to what we do. We combat against each other every single Tuesday and tell certain stories, whether I do it or he does it or anything else, or even Mike does it, on his videos. Everyone does that because you want to not just be told, this is what you have to do and this is what I tell you to do. We're giving you reasons why by giving the story, right? So
Exactly.
If you don't have your own personal story yet because you're new, talk to others. Use their stories. Listen to what we tell you. Use our stories.
Yeah, I'm a big one of that, especially when we're talking with buyers and sellers and what they should do or shouldn't do, or suggestions, that kind of thing. I loved stories. Yes. Next slide.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So content writing best practices. This is also going into if you're going to be typing out a blog or just doing a simple post, or even if you're going to send out things. So a lot of people will send out this material either in an email and do a campaign that way, or on little note cards. Maybe you're sending stuff out and you're making flyers that you're sending to your people every single month in the mail. Just so you guys know, notes are where it's at. People love a personal note. And if you're sending a personal note with a little, hey, by the way, guess what? Here's some information on this specific topic, but you want to keep them short, to the point. Make sure that you're properly citing sources. So if you get information from someone else, like, oh, by the way, is a great Brian Buffini thing that he has and he says all the time. Okay, so I would cite that that's where that came from. It's tuned into my brain because I've heard it so many times before, but just recently I found out it's because Brian Buffini says it all the time. So it gets stuck into your brain. So give him the kudos. You know, if you listen to a podcast and maybe it's Tom Ferry's podcast and you heard something from him that resonates with you and you want to get out to people, cite the source so that you're giving people proper credit. And especially if you're posting things on social media and stuff, make sure you're citing your source. It could be Jim Rohn. It could be, excuse me, it could be Tony Geraci. It could be anybody. Just properly cite your sources. Make sure it's visibly appealing. Same thing with the little emoji things, because I kind of like to make things fun so people remember them. And proofread your stuff so that you don't have any spelling or grammar issues in there. Set goals. So I want to get this accomplished by this certain time and put it on your calendar. Make sure you're time blocking so that you get these things done. And then if you can, stockpile all of this information so that it's already done and you just have to go and throw it into your post or send your things out or whatever it is you need to do, because maybe you have to use that time that you wanted to do it for to meet with an agent and go over a contract, or meet with a buyer or a seller, just like we do. Sometimes we have to stockpile our stuff because, you know, things happen. Agents need our help and stuff. So we have to change up what we're doing.
All right, next.
And then check it out. Is it working for you? You know, is your return on investment actually happening? Are you getting people that are liking or commenting or sharing your posts on Facebook? Do you have post engagement? Do you have new page likes? Do you have LinkedIn likes and things like that? If you get too busy with things and you just can't do all of this stuff, consider getting an assistant, whether it's a virtual assistant or a contract with an assistant company. They do have transaction coordinators that you can buy or that you can hook up with that are all virtually done. Or maybe, you know, one of your kids or a niece or a nephew that's looking for a part-time job that can handle things like this, because you can delegate these things. They're not talking to people directly. They're just marketing for you. So use others if you have to.
Okay, next, free CE coming up. Or is that one $10? I think Mike had a couple free ones.
He does. The DocuSign one, as far as I know, is still $10. But he has the top 5 secrets on how to impress your seller. That's a free one coming up in September. I don't know if DocuSign, the .loop one, is still $10 or not, but at the time that I saw it, it was.
Yeah,
so it might be free.
Yeah, it might be. I just double check when you go on there, but I think a couple of the 1 hour ones, I think he made those free. It's just the core ones, those 3 hour ones.
Oh, right on.
Because he gets a lot more people that attend those, and it's a lot more work afterwards. It's possible. So just
yeah.
So and National Peanut Day. All right.
Yeah, September 13th is your National Peanut Day. I am nuts for your referrals is a cute little way to do that. You can give them a bag of peanuts, especially if you're going off to the Jog County Fair. You can buy it in bulk and then make little tiny packages of them. You know, it's just a way to get things out there. And of course, I always give kudos to wherever I get my things. So that's why you see those little image credits or who actually made those referral tags and stuff, because again, you want to make sure you're citing your sources, right? But
exactly, I think that's it, right?
Excuse me.
There we go.
Yeah, it is. But the bottom line is do it. You know, even if you start small, still get out there and do it. And I have some more rules and some things that you can do to help follow on how long should it be, how many words, you know, what kind of things should I be talking about and stuff like that. I have a lot more information for you if you want it, contact me.
And the great thing with RPR, with MoxieWorks, with GPT, little artificial intelligence, there you can get content. You know, you just got to figure out a system of where you want to go, what places to go, how much time you want to creating it, getting it together, and where to send it. So the good news is you could go out there. It's not like, I'm sorry, I'm going to date myself, is like go to the library or go somewhere. You got to go buy a magazine or go buy a newspaper or, you know, research something. You know, just you could do this all like right on your cell phone, and you could create, you know, you're sitting there waiting at the doctor's office or something. You could create something, some content to post on your social media or send to somebody in your prospecting list in your database. So it's just you doing it. That's it. So, well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on a Thursday. We both got busy on a Tuesday. We promise we're going to try to do these at least every week, almost. So, if not Tuesday, we'll pick another day. So, all right, everybody, thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.